Hey YouTube, Zealous Talon here, and we're going to take a look at what is pretty much my favorite roleplay item in the entire Legacy line. I mean, the Power Morpher is really good, but this is just better. We are, of course, taking a look at the Legacy Dragon Dagger, which has gold plating. Now, I'm not sure if that was just for like the first few runs of this, and then like if they did like a second wave that just had like a sort of back metal gold on it, but yeah, there's actually like gold plating on this. And again, it's just plating. It's not like you can freaking cash this thing in or anything like that. I mean, eventually you'll be able to, but not for the gold. So get a really nice picture of the Green Ranger with, playing it as the flute. You have the Dragon Zord up here because obviously this is instrumental, pun totally intended, to summoning and controlling the Dragon Zord. So, Dragon Dagger here. Interestingly enough, the legacy part of this is actually in a different font than all of the other legacy items. And yeah, that's actually a thing. Like, and I wonder why diecast has an asterisk. But yeah, it's just again, nice window box packaging. But it's just like, yeah, it's a here. We'll even take a quick peek at the Power Morpher. You can see here. That's like the same font that's present on all the other legacy stuff, and yet it's kind of this. It's just different. It's very interesting to me. It's a very interesting bit of minutia. But enough about that. Got the Green Ranger on the side. Nice picture on the back. Again, Green Ranger on the side. My box is kind of beat up because fuck Amazon. Like, I'm literally never getting a collectible from them again. Like, I got this in Saba from them, and they literally sent them to me in a bag. And the boxes were a little beat up around the edges, and I was pissed. But I wasn't about to return them and make a fuss about getting new ones, because I believe this was like one of 2 Dragon Daggers left from the seller that I got it from. So yeah, here we have the Dragon Dagger. And fortunately only the box was beat up. This thing is freaking gorgeous. It is so pretty. Oh. This debuted at 80 bucks, quickly jumped up to 100, and then kind of went back down to 80 when people were like, I love it, but not that much. Although it's almost easy to want. I mean, like $100 doesn't even seem that bad just because of how good this thing turned out. Although I still, considering that Saba's $100, I think 80 is actually pretty decent for this. Although, depending on if they even make these anymore, which I'm pretty sure they don't, if you can find one for 100, that might actually be a pretty optimistic aftermarket price at this point. So, this thing is freaking heavy, like really heavy. I'm pretty sure there's die cast up in here somewhere. It's gotten warm lately, so it's kind of harder to feel like for cold spots when everything's kind of warming up. But I think there's like metal in here. This is definitely metal. This front dragon coin, I believe, might be. Actually, maybe not. I know the one back here is plastic. That's where the speaker is. This one is maybe or maybe not. I'm not sure. And then the pommel of the dagger itself is also metal. And what's really cool is this is actually where you access the batteries. You just push in on this little tiny little button, and that pops this out, which allows you to access the battery compartment. It's very, very cleverly hidden, very unobtrusive. That's really something I like about all of the legacy roleplay weapon type items, is Bandai has made the battery compartments almost invisible. And it takes nothing so that these look as accurate as possible. There's a little bit of writing here where it says on off, but even the switch itself is basically integrated into the design of the item. It's also making it really hard to tell which which parts of this are actually metal. Like, I know the buttons are plastic, but like, since everything's got the gold plating, that kind of makes it a little bit cold even if it's over the plastic. But yeah, and then this, oh god, the silver little bits on here, it's mostly in black plastic, but then you have these, you know, gold highlights, you have silver highlights, and then this nice green here on the handle, and here on the blade. Is just absolutely beautiful. The way this texture came out and this green paint is just, it's just gorgeous. It's freaking sexy. There's no other word for it. It is sexy. So quickly we turn it on by pushing that lever, and you get the same noise that the morpher makes when you turn that on. And then here you have your 3 buttons. So you get a slash noise. And then they don't do anything if you hold them, and if you press them rapidly, they just cancel until you let it play all the way through. Like that. So you get kind of like a stabby. And then you get a clash noise. And then you get the whiff noise, as I like to call it, the swinging it through the air and not hitting anything. But those are your 3 basic noises. Now what's really cool is when you push this part, which is another button, it changes what these 3 buttons do, because when you push that down, you're basically in flute mode. So, and it's intended like if you hold it, you can press it up to your chin. I'm not going to do that because then I'd have to put my face on camera, and I don't really feel like doing that right now, or really getting my face all over this item. So yeah, and then when you push, yeah, the one closer to the palm, you get the summon, which it doesn't seem like it's the original audio track, but it's close enough. And you can just like, and again, when you push the button again, it cancels and starts playing all over again. So really nice, really nice. And then the middle one, yes, it's the theme song again, but this one has a twist. Whereas the morphers only play the instrumental part, the weapons, and I'm actually gonna stop it there because people were getting copyright flagged for, I guess, for playing that part since it has the lyrics. Maybe I already fucked myself by having even that much of it in there, but be assured, it does play like the remainder of the chorus for this item, and it's awesome. So all of the weapons do that, but the Dragon Dagger was the first like legacy weapon type item. So is this a must-have? Yes, if you're into the Green Ranger and if you can find it for a decent price still. I imagine that, you know, this being a Green Ranger item, you know, being the Dragon Dagger, it's probably kind of high on the aftermarket, but I mean, if you already have, I mean, if you're really into it, go for it. I mean, it kind of completes a set where, you know, if you have the Dragon Dagger and the Green Ranger Morpher and the Dragon Zord, you're kind of Green Rangered out right there. So I would totally say it's worth having, and honestly, it is my favorite of the weapon items that they've released so far. It's really just like the perfect size. It's practically 1-to-1, so it doesn't take up like too much space. It's got a nice heft to it. The build quality is just phenomenal on this thing because it's solid. Like there's really no moving parts other than the buttons. So it's just incredibly well made piece. Oh, and to turn it off, you just pull the switch back. So, yeah, another piece I can't recommend highly enough from the Mighty Morphin Legacy Collection. This has been Zealous Talon with the Dragon Dagger. Have a good one.